So, two more lectures today and tomorrow. So after that, Thursday we'll just wrap up talking about exam and so on. So instead of talking more in general terms about the practical applications, so the things that are kind of left, three things are left from practical applications viewpoint. One, not really three things, but yeah, one is inferential control and how do you put things together for more practical situations. The other is non-linear control. The third thing that I wanted to touch base on is other advanced topics, not really to discuss the topics, but really quickly to tell you what all is there. So, we won't get time to do the last part, which would have been the 12th module. So, we really have time to kind of complete the 11 modules. Yeah. Okay, so rather than talking generally about the last two things, which is the practical implementation aspects, I'll talk from the point of view of the two assignments, the assignment 8 and 9 and the project, so that it becomes a little bit more concrete rather than very abstract. I think last week a couple of you told me that things were a little bit too abstract. If we can look at examples and then do it, that would probably be better. So, that is the idea behind it. So, rather than talking about theory and equations and all that, I will take up examples and then we will talk about how to address those examples. Okay. We talked about the distillation column last week, and this is classical example of what people call as inferential control. Okay. And that is what we are going to talk about. Okay. So, inputs are L and V, which is basically two flow rates. Disturbance variables are flow rate and concentration. Controlled variables, the variables that you want to control at set point are two concentrations, but the two concentrations are not measured. Okay. What you are measuring are temperatures. Okay. So, that is an example of inferential control. So, this would be one example. Okay. Oftentimes, so in your MPC toolbox, you have Y is Ym Yum. Okay. Ym are nothing but your measured variables. Okay. And Yc equal to well, not f, we have already used f, some g multiple, well, not even g, let us call that as c tilde, c tilde multiplied by y. Okay. So, in this example, y is nothing but TD, TF, TB, XD, XB, and YC is nothing but 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 0 1 y. And in your assignment, how to ensure that your inferential control is offset free. Okay. And that is partly where your project also hints towards. Okay. So, now let us look at the problem. Okay. The problem is that you have two measurements and you have your W as 2 dimensional, right. So, what is the model? The model is what we talked about when we talked about the theory for Kalman filter. When we talked about Kalman filter, what we said is that you need to meet the observability of AC, okay, and you need to meet controllability of A R1 to the power half, right. What does that actually imply? What that would imply really is that all the uncontrollable or unstable modes of your A, okay, should get stabilized by your integrating white noises. If not, then you are going to lose the observability part, okay, which the corollary of that is that the number of W's that you can have, okay, can be maximum equal to number of measurement variables. That is one. That is not sufficient. You also need to ensure the observability controllability requirement, and that is exactly what this project will do. Okay. Case number 1, you are going to assume white noises. Okay. When you assume white noise, you will see that you are not able to track your XB and XD. Your XB hat and XD hat will differ from XB and XD value that are provided to you. Okay. The other thing that you will notice is that when you run this Kalman filter, okay, assuming W to be integrated white noise, okay, you will be able to track your XB and XD. So, your W should be integrated white noise is a requirement, IWN sequence is a requirement for you to get a stable Kalman filter.